Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Um, this is James King. There are a couple of things I want to talk about this afternoon. You know, there's so many news, so many ongoings in the last few weeks, and I want to talk about them coming as saviors. They come as saviors. I heard Melinda Gates, Mrs. Melinda Gates, with all due respect, she was referring to Africa as a field filled with dead bodies. She was comparing Africa with Ecuador, that we should expect dead bodies in the streets of Africa. Excuse me, ma, you're wrong. You're wrong. Go to Europe. In France alone, they had 14,393 deaths. In the UK, the United Kingdom, they record as at this morning, they recorded 10,612 deaths. United States, over 22,000. Spain had over 17,000. Now, what about China? China said they recorded 3,343 deaths as at this afternoon. Of course, we're not sure if they are telling us the truth. USA, United States alone, the US, over 22,000 deaths from the COVID-19 pandemic. And Bill Gates and his wife are telling us that they are more concerned with the deaths in Africa than what is going on in Europe, than what is going on in the United States, under his nose. Look, I'm talking like an African youth. I'm not talking like a medical professional. I'm not talking like a Nigerian. I'm talking as an African youth. We really need to unite. I'm speaking to the African youth this afternoon. Let's unite. Our leaders need to wake up. They need to wake up from their sleep. How can you tell me you guys are having more deaths in US, you're having more deaths in Europe, and you're telling me that the vaccine you guys are creating needs to be in Africa? Oh, come on. Except if there are information, there are data that are not out there in the public. The figures I just quoted were from the Johns Hopkins School of Public Health. As at 13th April 2020, Italy recorded 19,899 deaths from COVID-19. And you guys are so concerned about Africa. And African youths are also sleeping. Wake up! Let's go a bit of history. Let's do a bit of history. Now, you see, before that, I learned some French doctors were like, yeah, they need to test the COVID-19 vaccines in Africa. Come on. What nonsense. In pidgin English, you go say this see finish. It don't too much. The see finish don't too much. For what? France came to Africa, divided our people. France came to Africa. They conquered our people. They made our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers, slaves. What are we talking about here? And stole our natural resources to build France, to build Europe. Some took our great-grandfathers to the US as slaves after plundering all our natural resources. Now, in 2020, they are still talking about bringing some vaccines to Africa. They are still talking about making Africans animals in their games, lab rats. Oh, come on. We've got more brains than that. African youth needs to really get up and challenge these people. Intellectualism for intellectualism. Grit for grit. Enough is enough. We need to wake up. Okay, let's even look at the death rates in Africa. Uganda, no death. South Africa recorded 25 deaths. Nigeria, 10. Central African Republic, 0. Sierra Leone, 0. Botswana, just 1 death from COVID-19. Angola, 2. Tanzania recorded just 3 deaths. Liberia, only 5 deaths. In Italy alone, more than 19,000. Liberia, only 5 deaths. Sorry for using the word only. 1 death is big, but we're trying to, look at the figures here. Botswana, 1 death. Ghana recorded 8 deaths from COVID-19, 8. Tunisia, 31. Cameroon, 12. Sudan, just 2. Sorry again for using the word just 2. Now compare that to in Angola with Spain that recorded over 17,000 deaths. Come on, African youths, wake up, talk. These guys are no more endowed than you. This is how you keep quiet. This is what our great-grandfathers did. They kept quiet. And these people came, used our elites, used the little few educated people in Africa to divide us. What nonsense. Why is Bill Gates so concerned about Africa? In this COVID-19 pandemic, look, I'm curious. We need to ask questions. I am very curious about certain things. I'm talking like an African youth now, not a professional, not nothing. Africa needs to come together. Enough of these are your South Africa, your Nigeria, your Ghanaian, your whatever. If we must win this neocolonialism they are trying to bring again to kill Africans, we need to be united. Africans need to unite. We need to unite. We need to come together as one. That's what Mandela died for. Oh, come on, it's not you. Oh, dear Lord. I'm curious. I'm asking questions. Why are the French more concerned about testing their vaccines in Africa? Why Africa? Why not take the Bill Gates vaccines and go try it in France, where we have over 14,000? The whole of Africa, we don't have up to 2,000 deaths from COVID-19. Come on, what are we talking about here? The whole of Africa. The whole of Africa. The number of deaths from COVID-19 is not up to 2,000. Whereas in France, we have over 14,393. Statistics from Johns Hopkins Public Health School. Johns Hopkins Public Health School. You can quote me. It's on the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC World. It's there on their site. The whole of Africa, less than 2,000 deaths. The United Kingdom, over 10,000 deaths. And you want to come and test your vaccines in Africa? Oh, come on. I'm so concerned. I'm so worried. I'm almost using the word, I'm angry, Yeah, I've got the right to ask questions. I don't care where this video gets to. I really don't care. I'm asking questions like an African youth. I can't be alive when they killed my great-grandfather, made him a slave, took him to Europe, took him to America. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Whew. It's a known history. We must unite. I'm speaking to the African youths. We must unite. Let's show them we've got some brain. Let's show them we've got some tenacity. Let's show them we've got something to offer this world. It's not about trivialities. It's not about South African fighting Nigeria, Ghanaians quarreling with Libyans. Oh, come on. They want to come to Africa? Now look at what Melinda Gates said. She said this on an international news channel, the CNN. She said, expect more dead bodies on the streets of African countries. That she said it's going to be horrible. Okay, let's look at it logically. Let's even imagine, she said we don't have testing modalities, we don't have testing equipment for fighting COVID-19. Okay, let's even look at it that way. We don't have those technology. Why are we not picking people from their houses dead? Why are we not recording so much dead? Yeah, I am an advocate of stay at home. I am an advocate of good personal hygiene. I am an advocate of everything you can think of to prevent further spread of this pandemic. Stay at home, yes. Social distancing, perfect. Good public health strategy. That's wonderful. I salute the World Health Organization for that. For talking about bringing vaccines to Africa, when there are less than 2,000 deaths in Africa, and in the United States alone, we have over 22,000 deaths, and you're talking about bringing vaccines to Africa? Excuse me. Excuse me. African leaders, please wake up. For once, show true patriotism. I'm not talking like a medical doctor here. I'm not talking like a medical professional, or I'm not talking like an engineer here. My profession is irrelevant. I'm talking as a patriotic African youth. I'm talking as a Nigerian. Let's unite together and show these people we've got something here. Why not take these vaccines to the United States and start it there? Start it there, for Christ's sake. Well, the ball is in our court, African youths. We need to rise up to the occasion. Yeah, we really need to rise up to the occasion. Yeah, we really need to rise up to the occasion. It's high time we show some patriotism. Yeah, it's high time. It's high time. It's high time. Like I was saying, if we want to look at the whole issue logically, why are we not picking people from their houses dead? Why are we not picking dead bodies? If she's talking about future events, the whole thing escalating. Before it gets to that, yeah, okay, let's not even dispute that, Mrs. Melinda Gates. You're talking about something in the future, okay? Let's not even dispute that. Let's look at it logically. You've developed vaccines. Start using it in the United States. When we get to that time, we can start using the vaccines here. While we are still practicing social distancing, good personal hygiene, and locking down some of our cities to prevent the spread of the pandemic. I'm an advocate of all that. We can continue doing all that, but you cannot use Africa as your lab animals. We're not lab rats. African leaders need to come together. African leaders need to know that, look, I'm very curious, you know, how will we use data from China of just 3,000, you know, and this whole thing started in China. Well, okay, I guess I need to stop here. Thank you very much.